It's now 2022, and I have sadly come to the realization that if WB Games is actually going to release Gotham Knights this year, fingers still crossed, they need me to hurry the heck up and get out my recommendations for suits they should include in the game. We all know WB Games constantly looks to this channel for inspiration and ideas. Listen, I don't mean to brag, I'm probably the humblest person you know, but we've got to get into these 5 for Red Hood and Gotham Knights. Before we do though, I have a super special, very awesome word from our very own friend Ace Defender, who is sponsoring today's video. Ace Defender is a high-quality SRPG masterpiece combining authentic turn-based RPG battles with tower defense elements. The game has a traditional RPG storyline solo player with 40 plus chapters, nearly 2,000 levels. It's over 2,000! There are 5 hero factions: Divine, Demon, Shadow, Nature, and Light, with deep hero background stories. Starting with 48 heroes, there are 2 new heroes released every 2 weeks in-game. You can level up, combine heroes, and equip gear to create a powerful lineup of heroes. 1, 2, or 4 times gameplay modes speed up or slow down the action at your pace. There is a solo mode, PvE in order to explore dungeons and regions, engage in trials, level up your heroes, and collect rare items, or PvP to play with your friends and others online. Ace Defender is now introducing a new hero, Brenda the Demon Spear, with the ability to deal massive damages in both PvE and PvP battles, limiting her opponent's damage and recovering health on her own. There is also a mysterious new world called the Realm of Deities, available soon in the game, where you can build your castle, develop technology, and train soldiers to conquer the city for endless treasures. On the Realm of Deities map, you can defeat all kinds of monsters and get rewards, fight together with your allies, gain power for your heroes through the magical research in the game. New users who download the game from the link below in the description will get 10 Royal Recruit tickets after completing Chapter 2 Level 8. You can use the tickets by clicking Sky City, Tavern, Recruit 10 times. So download the game in the description below, and thank you so much to Ace Defender for your support.
Power dictates the rules.
So thank you very much to Ace Defender for sponsoring this video. All of our sponsors are so important to us, and you guys help keep the channel going, just like you, the wonderful audience. And you should definitely check that out in the description down below and the comments down below. What a game, what a time to be alive. Let's hop into it. Number 5. Now, I need to warn you, I am going to go over minor spoilers for the stories that these are in, like always, but the first one is the DCAU Jason Todd Red Hood. Now, this actually debuted a while back as a concept figure. No one knew if it was going to go anywhere or not, but he had a very interesting design with, he's got a bit of a man purse, I guess I'd say, a satchel. He's got more tight black pants that are form-fitting, along with animated series style boots, some, I guess I'd say just normal old black gloves to boot, and what looks like a bodysuit underneath. It's a very sleek, thin design, but it does have a signature Red Hood jacket, although this time the jacket has actually been formed a little differently. It's a little more form-fitting on Jason's body, and also it does have a popped collar that is very comically large, which does fit because he would later on debut as an actual character in Batman: The Adventures Continue. And I would feel bad for, I guess, ruining that plot point because it's a big deal, but they literally opted to put him on like 3 covers of the issues, so they knew what they were doing. Jason in this series is very interesting. This is a very revenge-driven take on the character, but there are a lot of twists to him as well. But I will say he does have a unique look that stands out from the rest while actually blending in with the general Red Hood persona. And he has one of the stronger looking cowls, I guess you'd say Red Hood helmets, that I've seen on a rendition of this character. Number 4. It's the 4th one.
4.
The next one is a suit that it weirdly is divisive. Now, I guess I should say it's divisive among people who actually cared, considering that Red Hood and the Outlaws, while it did last and get viewership, it was never the highest Red comic. I suppose I should say readership, not viewership. But Red Hood and the Outlaws, when it debuted, I believe in 2011 with the New 52, saw Jason Todd returning to the role of an actual anti-hero. Gone were the days of villain Jason, gone were the days of Jason at odds with the Bat family. He was starting to actually mend things, and he even had the Bat symbol on his chest. Now, the interesting part about this suit is that it is originally not even a Red Hood suit. This is a repurposed Nightwing suit. It's actually revealed in one of the issues that this suit belonged to Dick Grayson before Jason Todd, and Princess Coriander, which is actually Starfire, as a lot of you Teen Titans fans or fans of DC Comics might know her as, revealed that this used to belong to Dick Grayson, and it was in her possession. Jason Todd did repurpose it, turning it into a Red Hood suit. You know, he already had the cowl, I never know what to call the thing. I'm just going to call it the Red Cowl, the Red Hood cowl. He already had that for him, so he repurposed this suit to fit his needs. It does have a holster. It's actually a dual holster across his belt. Not doing very well describing this one, but it is essentially, again, a bodysuit with a jacket over it. It sort of is that leather jacket classic look, although it does have different material on the seams, which is interesting, especially where the jacket would actually zip or button up the front. And the hood is probably the most controversial part of this, I guess, costume. It's interesting because I really like this look for Jason, but what's weird about it is that it almost has an emote-like face. There weren't really many Jason Todd Red Hood masks before this that showed a lot of emotion. There is a mouth on this hood, and it's very off-putting to certain people because you actually see Red Hood's emotions in that cowl, which is a little odd, especially given the material that it is in the comic. To some people, this was very off-putting. Some people loved it. I thought it was a good way to show emotion on the character, but I also understand why some people who love the more classic Red Hood design, like we covered in the DCAU one and like we will cover later on, didn't connect super well with this suit. But I will say, if you ever get the chance, I did really enjoy this comics line. I'm not saying it's the best ever. It's a little edgy. It's very much written from the perspective of angsty Jason Todd, but it's a fun little look into his psyche, and I would love to see this suit actually appear in Gotham Knights. Plus, you know, knowing the background lore that it used to be a Nightwing suit and now you've got him back with the Bat family working together with them during this game, that's kind of a neat little tidbit. Number three. The next suit is less of a Red Hood suit, but it certainly is a Jason Todd cosmetic, and that is the Battle for the Cowl Batman Jason Todd suit. Now, this is a pretty old comic storyline, but I do think that it's really interesting and could be included here, especially because this is essentially the Bat family stepping in to take over for Batman's absence. At minimum for a while. I still personally think Batman's probably alive. I highly doubt you actually permanently kill off that character, and if he is dead, you know, they might Lazarus pit him or whatever, bring him back as a Talon, but I digress. The whole thing with this suit that's really cool is this is essentially angsty Batman. And I say that as someone who loves the Jason Todd character. This man, he is an edgelord, okay? He was beaten to death with a crowbar in most iterations, came back to life a little bit with a screw loose, and has had to cope with that for the remainder of his life, his new life. And Battle for the Cowl kind of it loosened that screw a little bit more. In the apparent death of Bruce Wayne, there needed to be another Batman, and Jason Todd was actually the first to step up and claim the cowl, or attempt to. However, his brand of justice was a little more lethal, thus the guns. It's very much down the alley of Red Hood, of who Jason Todd is. And while Jason Todd in Gotham Knights is more restrained, we know that he has now since gone back to non-lethal means, which means rubber bullets, you know, the like. Obviously, he's not going around shooting blanks just to hurt their ears, but he's not trying to kill anyone at this point. It still does fit, he still has the guns in the game, and this suit would definitely help satisfy that urge to play as a darker version of the Dark Knight himself. It's really a unique suit. I was surprised we didn't actually get to see in other versions of Batman games, such as Batman Arkham Knight, since we did see Dick Grayson's take on the Batman character. following Battle for the Cowl as well. And, you know, by the way, you should probably check out Battle for the Cowl. It's pretty short, really cool storyline. Essentially, it's kind of like who's going to be the new Batman between Tim Drake, Jason Todd, or Nightwing. Really good story. But one of the things I really like with this suit as well is that it is a sort of classic Batman suit, but it is mixed with elements of what you would think Jason would carry. It has grenades on it. It very clearly has an ammo bandolier. I guess I would say, I never know the name for some of these things, but it looks like a bandolier that carries ammunition and grenades as well. The mask on the face, like his cowl is actually covered, which is more tactical in order to prevent face shots and also conceal his identity. So he's actually covered up that tactical weakness in the Batsuit itself. It's very interesting and unique. This is almost a little bit more of like that edgy Zack Snyder gritty look aesthetic for a Batman, but I would say combine it with Jason Todd plus elements of the Flashpoint suit, especially from the back where you can see how pointy the shoulders are with the cape, and it really does stand out and is unique. This would be such an interesting cosmetic. It would be very unique, and we do know that there are going to be cosmetics and a gear system in terms of like you being able to actually upgrade your character and customize them the way you want them to be. So I think this could go either way, either as a skin or something you unlock a piece at a time, I suppose. It would be really interesting, like especially I could see the hype for players when they finally unlock that bat cowl for Jason. It would just be unreal, and I would love to see this in some form show up in the game. Number two, the numero dos. The next one is one of my favorite looks for Jason Todd, and that is from Batman Arkham Knight. It incorporates aspects of both the hoodie look for Red Hood, which to be fair, I've never been a huge fan of, but it works really well here because it also incorporates aspects of the cowl. So it has that more Arkham Knight style cowl to it. It has the helmet underneath the hooded jacket, and it very clearly has a massive bat symbol on the front and the back of the jacket. This jacket is just awesome. It is both black and grayish white, along with a gray shirt underneath, and it really does stand out and look stylish and unique while screaming, "This is Red Hood." Like, there's nothing about this suit that is not Red Hood-like, but it is very unique compared to the classic jacket, shirt, pants, cowl combo. It's got more going on than that, which I think was really cool to see. It definitely has a lot going on the legs with, plating, and it also has boots that are plated as well, reaching up almost like actually right past his knees with almost built-in knee guards to those boots themselves, which is really interesting. And it does have a lot going on his thighs as well, where he'd holster his weapons when he's not, shooting people in the head in the game. It would be really cool to see this actually pop up. I know that this game is not in the Arkham universe. They've already confirmed that 100 times. So this one, I don't really expect to see that much because it seems like they're doing everything they can to distance themselves. But I think it would be really neat as a cosmetic, and also for fans who have been buying Batman games pretty much forever.
Number one! Splat.
The final suit I have is one of my favorites. It is basically just the classic Jason Todd look, but with a little bit of a twist, and that is from the animated movie Batman Under the Red Hood. This is a movie that if you have not seen, I truly believe is a must-watch, especially for fans of Batman products, I guess, or projects in general. It's just such a fantastic story that you don't really need to watch or read anything else to get the full impact of. They did so good. This is one of the few animated projects that I would say I enjoyed more than the comic. But one of the cool things with this suit is that it is very, very classic Red Hood with just a couple of twists. For example, instead of a more blackish or gray jacket on the outside, he has more of a brownish one, but it does maintain the spirit of the original to a T. It's tactical pants yet again. There are straps around the boots that are interesting and unique, and those straps actually match the belt buckle almost perfectly. It's really well color coordinated. It's very dark and mysterious, but then that red hood, that cowl that he wears, that helmet, it sticks out so much with this bright vibrant red look with lines running down the front of that mask, of that helmet, and almost a black, I would say circular, not aura, but black coloring or discoloring around his eyes with white eyes that are very, very intimidating. This is a Red Hood look that has pretty much stood the test of time because this is pretty much just his classic look down to a T with, like I said, just a couple of twists. It also, by the way, harkens back to a time when we got to have the immaculate and superb Jensen Ackles voice the character and do such a fantastic job. Please, Jensen, come back and grace us again with your presence. Play this character in something else. I am begging you. But anyways, I love this suit very, very much. I love all the suits that we talked about, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And thank you so much again to Ace Defender for sponsoring our video. I do implore you, please check them out in the description down below, along with in the comments and a pinned comment. I appreciate all of our sponsors. You guys, just like the audience, help this channel keep on rolling. Have a fantastic day, and as always, everyone, stay shway. By the way, Jensen Ackles, if you ever see this, I would love to have a recurring role on a Supernatural season if it ever returns. I don't even care if you kill me off. I could be a villain. I could be a supporting character. Make me a member of the Winchester family. I could even be the guy who washes the Impala. I don't care. Just please bring me on. Okay, bye.